Hey, this is Amber with thelovegal.com. But this video is for my ladies. I'm going to be talking about how to get and keep a man. Not to toot my own horn, but I know how guys operate. One of my best friends, he's a dude. I have mostly male cousins. Like, I've dated a few guys. You know, I know you have to pay attention to how guys move and how they operate. Now, how to get a man? When I was younger, I would think, getting attention from a man was pretty much it. I went through the phase where basically wearing barely any clothes because I thought that's what guys like. But as I grow older, you realize a real man is looking for a real woman. In order to get that man's attention, you have to be different from everybody else. My dad always told me that a real guy, he's not going to want the girl who is naked all the time. They want something that they can think about, basically in their mind, imagine what you look like up under there anyway. If you're showing all of it, there's nothing to imagine. There's no mystery about it. But anyway, fast forward, that's a part of, the appearance wise, but getting a man that you actually want. Every girl, every woman has the idea type of what kind of guy that they want. Let me go down my list. Of course, you want somebody attractive. Now, people always say, oh, the looks don't matter. Bullshit. Looks matter, because in order for you to even, if a guy approaches you and you're not attracted to them, it's not going to go anywhere anyway. Or you looking across the room and you see a guy you like, it's because of what he looked like. You don't know how he is. Yes, he's attractive. You find him attractive. Now, my attractive and you're attractive, maybe two different things, but looks are, they do matter regardless of what people say. They try to act like personality is everything. Personality, you don't see people's personality at first. A person that I find attractive. Now, I don't really have a type. I would say if I did, I love tall guys, and they don't have to be like 6 feet. I'm only 5'5". If you're taller than me, we're okay. I barely wear heels anyway. Somebody who's loyal. Loyalty goes a long way. Funny, I am a goofball. If you're funny, we're great. Good hygiene, somebody who's respectful, family man, somebody who has their own, that'd be great too. But the problem I see with women, and I see with men too, we have a problem with wanting something that we're not ourselves. I see females or dudes, they be like, well, I want a girl who has her own place, her own car, making 6 figures, got good credit, they dress nice, all this stuff, but they don't bring that to the table themselves. In order to get the person that you want, you have to bring that to the table. You already have to be established yourself before you go out and try to basically want something that you're not anyway. You can't want your dream man when you're not the dream woman. You have like 15 kids with 5 different baby daddies, and you want welfare and all that stuff. You have to bring to the table what you want. You can't want a loyal person when you're not loyal. I see guys all the time and females say, oh, that's a deal breaker if they cheat on me, but you're not loyal yourself. I see relationships basically where the guy may cheat, the girl takes them back, they forgive him, but as soon as the woman cheats, the relationship is over. I never understood that. Like, how do you expect somebody to be loyal to you when you're not loyal to them? Whatever you want, you got to bring it to the table. If you want somebody that makes 6 figures, what are you making? Humble yourself. You got to balance out what you want in your partner. You can't be the complete opposite of what you want. Don't be greedy. That's greedy. When you get your man, your ideal man. As a matter of fact, let's rewind. How do you go about meeting a guy that your ideal man? For example, if you're looking for a God-fearing man, my best bet is to go to church. Now, I'm not saying all men in church are perfect, because I done met a few. They got some issues. You see where I'm going with this. If you want a guy that is into God, then you go to church. If you want an athlete, where do you go? To the gym, to a court or something, to an NBA game. You just have to go where they are. If you want a musician, you're into musicians, where do you go? You go to the bars, you go to the clubs, you go to wherever, the festivals and stuff like that. I'm not saying going scouting, but if you're into a certain type and you're into a certain type of crowd, you have to go to where they are. And there's random times where you may meet them at the gas station. You just never know, or Walmart. You just never know. But my best bet is to go to wherever the person is. Once you get your man, us as women, we basically want too much too fast. Now we get our man, we end up falling before he does. It's natural. And then we want him on the same page as us. You cannot back your man into a corner and basically make him want to be with you. That will be his decision, you feel me? You can't basically go up to him and be like, okay, what are we doing? I want a relationship. You can make a man want a relationship with you without saying a word. You don't have to keep going off on him about taking things to the next level and crying and whining and just yelling and stuff like that. You don't have to do any of that. Basically, we see on TV, well, if you gotta cook for your man, gotta clean up the house, gotta rub his toes and do all the other stuff. All of that is basically catering to your man, and that's fine. You can do that on top of what I'm about to say. What a man really wants from a woman is a woman to stick by his side, support him regardless of how stupid he is. I'm not saying that for example, you have women that stick by their men who end up going to jail for something stupid. I'm not saying that you have to ride for somebody who's, you know, doing illegal things. You know what your morals are. I'm not saying be a ride or die for a dumbass. What I'm saying is, if your man wants someone to be there for him, you have to be that person. It's not going to be his friends. It's not going to, yeah, the family and friends, they're going to be there, but not as hard as you're going to be there because you're with him every day. You lay down with him. You basically getting to know this man better than anybody else. Men, they're going to be one way around their friends. They're going to be another way around his family. But then there's a layer that nobody else gets to see but the woman that he's in love with. You have to find out who he really is and basically support him, his goals, his mind, like his body. Like, you have to love him for him. The one thing that men want out of a woman is their support. They already have their friends telling them that they can't do things. They already have their mama telling them how dumb they are and they need to get a regular job or whatever the case may be. For example, if your man comes to you and he's like, I want to quit my job because I want to start a business. At first, you're probably thinking, no, you don't need to quit your job. Like, that's stupid. Don't quit your job. In reality, he's looking for somebody who is going to be their backbone, his backbone. You have to be there. For example, my ex, who claims to be still in love with me to this day. It's going on 3 years since we haven't been together. You know, I supported him when nobody else did. His parents weren't behind. Basically, he started a website, and I was the one in his corner to tell him to keep going. Like, if this is what you really want to do, then keep going if this is your passion. You know, he had his parents telling him, that's dumb, you need to get a regular job, this is stupid, if it's not making you money now, you don't need to be doing it. I was the one in his corner, basically there for him, you know, helping him with his website, helping him achieve his dreams, his goals. You have to be that person. You know, that's what men really need. You know, they may not tell you, but they're going to be like, damn, she's really there for me and she really supports me and my goals and my dreams. Be there for your man. You don't want to be that negative thing in his corner. You need to be the positive thing in his corner that's going to believe in him. Us as women, we may find a guy that almost meets all the criteria and then try to change him. Try to mold him into something that he is not. And you knew he wasn't what you really needed in the beginning, but you said, hey, he got enough qualities and I love him, I'm gonna try to change him. Don't try to change a man. A man is gonna change when he wants to, when he feels it's right to change. He know he need to change, and if he hasn't changed by now, there's a good chance that he's not going to. You can't change a grown-ass man. He has to want to change. He has to go through things in his life that make him say, okay, damn, I need to get my shit together. You can't make a grown-ass man get his shit together. He has to want to. So the nagging, the yelling, all that stuff is doing nothing but stress you out. You the one running out of breath trying to get him to change and yelling at him, and he's not going to. It's going in one ear and out the other. I'm telling you. Like, for example, you know, in my other video, how to get your ex back, I said that I got my ex back. We dated for like 3 years after that, and then I broke up with him. You're probably wondering, well, why did you break up with him if you wanted him back so bad? I did. I wanted that more than anything at that time. But as you know, as I'm getting older and I'm realizing, you know, he saw whatever he was doing was hurting me, but he didn't want to change. And I had to sit back and think, like, if he's not going to change for me, then I'm not the girl for him. You know, a man will change for a woman that he feels is the woman for him. You can't just come up and say, you could do all the right things. You could cook, clean, wash his drawers, rub his bald head every night. You can do all of that. But if something in his heart is telling him that you are not the one, he ain't gonna change. It don't even feel bad. You know, don't think that you are a bad person, you're a shitty girlfriend or anything like that. It was all on him. What you can do, pick yourself up, get your shit together, and realize you are worth more than what he is giving you. And another man will give it to you, you know. Actions speak louder than words. That's another thing. If he's telling you all the right things, I'm gonna change, I'm gonna do this, woo, 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 and he doesn't do it, that's when you have to get your shit. You know, I had many pillow talks with my ex or whatever, and he would say all the right things, but guess what? He was saying that for 7 years, and after a while, you have to get up and go. Okay, bear with me for what I'm about to say, but nobody likes a weak bitch. Oh my god, sorry for the people I offended, but nobody likes that weak ass female that basically does exactly what he wants when he wants it. Woo, 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 woo. He's gonna manipulate the hell out of you. Those type of females are perfect for the side female position. But far as wifey, the main chick, or the only chick, hopefully, a man needs somebody who is going to stand up for herself. He needs somebody strong. How can you expect to run a household, have children, basically get anywhere in life when you're weak as hell? Have you noticed the men who always nag about their wives or nag about their girlfriends, or they can't stand their ass? Oh, I can't stand her, but they don't go nowhere. They know. They love that girl. You can't be a weak bitch. And I'm not saying that you have to jump all in the dude face, know your position, and know he can knock your ass out. You don't have to do that. But if you see something that he does that you don't like, say something. And I'm not saying go off on him, but express how you feel. It's gonna make you feel better, and if he's a real man, he's gonna respect it. You know, another thing that I always see women do when their men go out with their friends or whatever, and they're not gonna be around, they blow up his phone. Where you at? What you doing? Who's there with that? Is it bitches there? Is that one female there? What time you gonna be home? What you need to do all that for? If you don't trust him, you don't need to be with him, period. If your relationship was built on some bullshit, that's exactly what it is. You can't expect to build a solid home out of toothpicks. For example, if you was a side female at first and the other main chick left and now you the main chick, your relationship is built on some bullshit and it's not gonna last at all. I'm sorry to say, you know, you can't build a stable relationship without trust and without communication. Basically what I'm saying, if you do not trust him, you can't even trust him around another female, guess what? He ain't the one for you, and he not gonna treat you right. If he has given you a reason to not trust him, then you need to let that go. Your man should be able to come to you like, hey baby, my boys are getting together tonight, I'm gonna go party with them. Okay, cool boo, see you later, make sure you be safe, I'm gonna talk to you later, or I'm text me when you get in. And no, for what? Because basically you calling every 15 minutes, they ain't gonna do nothing. You not there? Get it together, ladies. Do not nag him. Blow up his phone when he gone. If you don't trust him, don't be with him. Point blank period. I don't care if you love him or not. If you don't trust somebody, you can't get to the altar not trusting nobody. How you gonna say I do before God and everybody else saying you want to be with this person for the rest of your life, and you can't even trust him to go to the grocery store? Get that together. If you want, let's do a recap. If you want to get a man that your dream man, you need to become that dream woman and bring everything to the table already before you meet him. In order to keep a man, do not fall off once you get him. I know you get comfortable and you can walk around with no makeup on, scratching your ass and not showering when you should be. You can't do that. You gotta keeping him is the hard part. You know, you can't go from lingerie to flannel and expect him, you know, not to be looking somewhere else. Still throw on that thong. Do a little role play, you know. Do all of that. You have to, you know, you can't just go from cooking gourmet meals to Hot Pockets and expect him not to be hungry. If your relationship isn't built on anything, it's never going to be built on. It's never going to last. You can't build a house out of mud. You can't. No matter how hard you try, it's not gonna work. For the full guide of how to get the ring, how to get him to fall in love, how to get him to propose, click the link below in the description box, and I will see you. Make sure you subscribe to my channel because I'm gonna be speaking some real stuff. Go ahead and do that. Subscribe to my channel and head over to thelovegal.com and get all kind of advice. I'm going to be adding content real soon. More content. There's already stuff on there. But Amber with thelovegal.com, and I am over now.